DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat. What is up, mixers? Welcome back to another episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon, and please welcome my other beautiful Vixens. We've got RinVapes. How you doing?
Hi.
Hi. And we've got Jen, the TheJuiceFairy.
How's everybody doing?
And we've got JJ's back. Hey, Jennifer Jarvis, how are you?
Hello. I'm good. I had a lovely vacation.
Good. Welcome to hit the ground running with these awesome profiles.
Yes, sorry. Chat distracted me. Yeah, I've been watching what we've been getting for each month, and I'm kind of excited about next month's.
Great.
This month's was all like creamy desserts and minty drinks. What the heck do we have going on this month?
Yeah, we all kind of had a theme. We almost kind of wanted the same thing at the time that we chose it.
Yeah.
So did everyone have a good weekend?
I did. I tried to put my family in a turkey coma. I completely didn't do anything for I didn't cook anything for Thanksgiving. I went and ate at my husband's aunt's house. So then I was like, cool, I get to cheat this year. Then we got home Thanksgiving night and my husband's like, I'm hungry. Where are the leftovers? I didn't cook this year. We have no leftovers. So then I stuck the ham in the oven real quick and just had ham sandwiches for dinner. So there went my idea. And then yesterday I cooked the turkey. So it was like all over the place. Then today my father-in-law's had turkey again and we're like, holy shit, we're gonna start clucking.
I've already had 3 turkey dinners this month, so I went and had ham for Thanksgiving.
I didn't have any turkey. In Canada, their Thanksgiving is Columbus Day in the States, I think, in October. So they had their thing then, and so it was just me and my wife, and I'm like, I'm not roasting a big old turkey and all the fixins for just the two of us. So it was just another day, but whatever.
I mean, at Thanksgiving Day, like I said, I just put a ham in the oven at about 8 o'clock at night because we were hungry again, and that was ham sandwich night, and that kind of ruined my plan for yesterday, which was to cook the ham and the turkey. But it's okay because we've eaten a good meal for 3 days, and my diet is like way out the window.
Yeah. That normally happens.
I'll start again next week.
There you go. So how did everyone like doing this week's profile?
I struggled a little bit.
Yeah.
You know why? Because I have several of these mixes on my normal stuff. So trying to come up with something new, different, yet the same was a little bit difficult for me. However, I kept it very basic this time because I just used what worked.
Yeah.
And when I say basic, it's probably my most basic recipe I've ever put on the show.
Can't wait to see it. How'd you come out? How do you like mixing for this week? And
you're on mute.
Did you say me or Rin? I thought you said Rin.
I said JJ.
Oh. I mixed a couple different versions. I feel like I mixed on Wednesday a coffee mint drink, and I was like, I have to do another mint. So I ended up with another coffee mint.
Nice.
I started with Irish cream, and that just, it got overpowered by the mint, and it wasn't boozy enough. Just like, it was several trials. I made my husband test them.
Did you like them?
No, he doesn't like mint all that much.
Yeah, my tester doesn't like mint that much either. So, but they described, without me showing them the picture of our show, they described the picture to me. They say, this tastes like da, 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 and I was like, hold on, let me show you the picture.
Nice. Yeah, my tester doesn't like much of anything. She's very, very picky. So I can't even get her to like vape much of it, much less try to describe what she's tasting. So
I had a different taste tester this week. It was my sister-in-law. She does not vape, but she smokes. So she had, she's tried my vapes here and there, but she smokes regularly. And she usually chokes, right? Well, then I remembered she's actually an asthmatic. So she is a direct lung inhaler because that's how she intakes her asthma medicine. So I was trying to kill an asthmatic. Because I was like, okay, here.
way to go.
And I had a dripper too. I had this dripper, it's full of air. And I was like, do it like your asthma spray. What does it taste?
Poor thing. She's never going to want to try vape now.
She did fine. I told her, see, you can vape. You picked right up. When I said do it like your asthma spray, you sucked it down. You couldn't let it out, but without choking. But you inhaled it.
Yeah. Well, I think that's a big thing is that a lot of new vapors, they're scared. They're timid. And so, like, they get caught up because they don't just do it. If you just commit and do it, most of the time you'll be okay.
The one time she did it 3 times. She tasted it 3 times. The one time she actually took a full lung inhale and released it, she didn't choke.
Nice.
So now we're going to have vaping lessons here till she quits smoking.
There you go. You should set her up with one of those little pod guys.
She can't do a pod because she can't mouth the lung.
Oh, right.
No, that's like me too. That's the way I vape. I have to have wide open with a cooler kind of temperature.
I direct lung my Me Pod because I can't
I try to. I can't really mouth to lung, so I direct inhale mouth to lung things too. So I'm like, suck it.
Yeah. Real.
Then your husband wonders why your cheeks are sunk in and why you're tired and you can't. You're like, ow, no.
No, I don't really have an issue with that.
Oh, okay. Anyhow,
I'm used to big old drip tips.
We got company. I hear babies.
All right. Well, let's just jump into it then, shall we? Let's just jump into it. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. So no silence.
Okay.
Wait, jump in. Since we didn't ask you how your mixing week went.
Well, considering I'm sick and can't really taste much, not well. But
did you have anybody test your recipe?
No one I know would vape mint. No way. Ironically, I picked this flavor, and then as I started mixing it, I'm like, why? Which just happened to me a couple of times now. But I don't know. I just figured it's Christmas time, and a lot of people would probably want something like that. I don't know. So I did like a mint eggnog, and I started using the white chocolate peppermint. I didn't like any version that came out of that. It was too minty, like too much like mouthwashy. So I went with like a spearmint instead of like a peppermint, which worked out a little bit better. So I used the eggnog, obviously the Flavora eggnog. If you're going to use an eggnog, it's really the only one I would recommend. And then I added creme de menthe to it from Flavora because it reminds me of like an Andes mint, which I thought might work well because it's not super like mouthwashy. And then I added cream to it because I like my eggnog to be really creamy and thick. Also, all of these are by Flavora. And then just a touch of smooth vanilla because I thought it would be nice with the cream and the mint. There's really nothing super technical or complicated about it. It's okay. It's not my favorite.
But maybe when your nose and your sinuses aren't filled up, you'll be able to taste it better. Maybe you're not tasting the full on recipe right now.
It could be. I didn't start working on this version until I was completely congested. So yeah,
it's amazing, but you just can't taste it.
Yeah. I'll give that excuse for everything. It's amazing. I can't taste it, but I know it's amazing.
I used creme de menthe in one of my versions I was working on, and it's a great flavor. It's a good mint to use, so that's awesome. And of course, you're right. If you're gonna go eggnog, Flavora eggnog. It's the only one.
Yeah. The thing I found a little bit challenging was balancing like the eggnog and the mint because it's either one or the other. Like it's hard to kind of make them mesh where they're not standing out above the other one. And I kind of worried about how the spice in the eggnog would kind of mesh with a mint because I have never had peppermint eggnog. It's not really something in real life I would want. It doesn't sound very good. I don't know. It's like I said, it's okay. It's definitely not my favorite.
I've got all those flavors. I can definitely mix it and see if I taste it any different than you do.
Yeah. But mainly I get like the mint and then like a vague creaminess on the back end. It's very separated. Like it's not like cohesive. It's like you get mint or you get eggnog. It's not really like a conglomerate.
How long has it steeped?
I mixed it, Thursday?
Yeah, it might come together.
I think. I don't know. All the days kind of blend in together because my sleeping schedule's been really messed up on my days off because I don't really have to get up for much. But I did it on a night where I woke up like at like midnight because I had fallen asleep really early. And I was like, oh, well, I got all this stuff I need to mix, so I probably should do that now.
Got it.
Yeah. It's a good story, eh?
Together. and then it
Huh?
Once it steeps, it might come together and be one flavor.
It may.
Because the mint does fall back a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Who's next?
I'll go next. So I did a mint latte and I did a really simple one. I used Liquid Barnes white chocolate peppermint because it's just so good, but I cranked it up to like 10%. And then I did so I don't like the taste of coffee. So when I get like a latte or cappuccino or something, like I like it when the coffee is really weak. And Flavora Irish Cream, to me, it has a coffee note in it, but it takes a back note to the white chocolate and the peppermint, which is what I wanted. And then just to kind of, I don't know, boost the cocoa-ness of it. And Irish Cream also, by the way, Flavora Irish Cream has a little bit of a chocolate undertone to it as well to help everything. And then to boost all that, I used Vape Train's dark chocolate because it kind of looks like I don't know, like a minty hot cocoa or something. So I wanted to do like a I guess it wouldn't be a latte. I guess it would be a mocha. I don't even know my coffee terms, but whatever. It's delicious, and that's my mix. Super simple but tasty.
So it is super simple. Here I thought I was being basic, and you got 3 ingredients along with Rin. And Rin actually had beat you on flavorings this week. Didn't you have 4, Rin?
Yeah, technically, those smooth vanillas use so low, you probably don't even really need it. I just threw it in there because.
Just because? To give it a little twang, a little.
Well, I never use it. Like, I gave a sample to somebody. I'm like, I never use this flavor, and it's so expensive, and I don't want it to just sit there. Plus, it's a good flavor. I just don't use it. So it's like, I'll throw it in here.
Everyone loves that flavor, and I just don't. Like, I just don't. And maybe it could be that I'm using it too high. It's just, but it's too. I don't like the really bright, light, like Tahitian type vanillas, which is what it is. It's a really bright kind of almost floral vanilla, and not floral, but you know what I mean, like a light.
Yeah, that's why I like it. I like having the difference because depending on what you want, you might want something that's light. Like, I feel like it goes well with creams and stuff like that, just to kind of brighten it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How is that vape train dark chocolate, Emily?
Sorry, how what?
How is that vape train white chocolate that you used?
It's good. It's not like a dark chocolate, like a special dark Hershey bar or something. It's more like a little bit darker version of a milk chocolate. You know what I mean? So like, it doesn't have that cacao note that you want in like a dark chocolate, but it's still a good chocolate. It's
How much Tootsie Roll is there in it?
Oh, Tootsie Roll? I don't think there really is any Tootsie Roll in it. I didn't get it.
Is it like a semi-sweet?
Yeah, you could say that. So I think it would be good to be used as like a chocolate chip and things, because it is like that, and it is a little bit. It's not waxy like a Tootsie Roll, but it's a little bit harder. Like Australian chocolate is kind of like a harder cracked chocolate. Like a chocolate bar. That's kind of like that. It's not like saucy or fudgy or syrupy. But it's good. It's a good chocolate. Most vape trains chocolates are pretty decent, actually.
Okay, fair enough. I've never tried their dark chocolate,
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to get an idea of. Does it even have a banana note like some of their other flavors do?
No banana note in dark chocolate.
Their chocolate milk doesn't have a banana note either.
Yeah, the chocolate milk's pretty good too.
Well, I know their coffee milk froth, that one doesn't have a banana note in it either. So, I mean, I was hoping that this one didn't. I'll order it. I'll put that in my things to order. Would you say that it's something I need to have?
No, it's not a need. It's not like one of those chocolates where you're like, oh, where have you been all my life? Like, it's just a suitable use of chocolate. You know what I mean? Like, so if you have other chocolates, and I know you do, like Australian chocolate or any of the milk chocolates, those are fine too. It's not like a standout from the crowd, like amazing flavor that you must have. But if you're ordering flavors just for S&Gs, go for it. It's a very acceptable, good chocolate.
Cool. Cool. JJ, you got any questions for Emily?
No. It looks good. Three flavors. 1, 2, 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 3.
I do want to talk a little bit about my second version that I actually, just before the show, was like, oh, I should have put that one up instead. So if you don't have Liquid Barn White Chocolate Peppermint, feel free to sub with like 1.5% Flavor Creme de Menthe. It's just as delicious, because Flavor Creme de Menthe does as well has like a chocolate undertone to it, and it's really good. I just couldn't post 2 recipes, so if you don't have Liquid Barn, because I know a lot of people don't have Liquid Barn flavors, a little FYI, a little tidbit for you.
Good to know.
I forgot I had that flavor. I should have used that in my Irish cream version.
Which one? Creme de menthe?
No, the Liquid Barn white chocolate peppermint. I forgot I had that one.
Like, it's a great flavor just by itself. It's a great vape. And then anything you add to it is just, it's a good mix. I cheated, you know, I'm shameless. I don't care.
I might have to revise my other one and release that one just as a regular release. Because that sounds pretty good. I might have to get that white chocolate out. I think it's like 1.5 years old though.
Yum.
I find I have Liquid Barn white chocolate peppermint, and I just find it so peppermint forward.
Well, what percentage do you use it at? That's why I cranked it up at 10%, because it seems like if you just use it 1, 2, 3%, it's the peppermint. It's just peppermint. But if you turn it up higher, that white chocolate will come through a little bit more.
Yeah, I was at about 5%.
Okay. Yeah, I think the recommended percentage on the bottle is like 12% or something ridiculous. Like, feel free to just lean, as Concrete says, lean into it.
I will lean into it next time.
Yeah.
Well, we can avoid the silence and we can go ahead and put my recipe up if you guys want to. Let me pull it up real quick so that we can discuss probably the simplest recipe I have ever posted in here.
I can't wait to see this.
Let's see. I think it's up now. Yep. So there it is, ladies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
That's pretty basic for you.
Pretty basic. So I just went with Flavor West white chocolate. Why?
That's a good one.
Because it's more creamy than chocolate, and the picture itself had a little bit of a dark note. And to me, it looks like a hot cocoa with a lot of milk. Kind of, sort of. I don't know. I guess Rin picked it as a eggnog, and maybe that's what the recipe said. But I just have never had peppermint eggnog, so I just figured it was like a foamy white chocolate instead of hot cocoa kind of drink. But I pictured it as a warm drink with like the fuzzy stuff at the top, you know, like just super frothed up.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's just like a hot chocolate with mint.
Mm-hmm. And then I used, so for my cream, I used vanilla. This is like a basic, like for real, girls. This is like super basic recipe where I put the percentages just like I would if I just wanted to make just a basic cream. And I use my vanilla swirl at 4%, vanilla custard at 2%, and sweet cream at 2%. That is like my basic, like if I just want to throw something together that's dappy and throw a fruit in it and roll, that's it. So I went ahead and cheated and used my usual. Then I threw the white chocolate at 3% to give it the extra thickness, chocolatey notes, but it's Flavor West makes a pretty good white chocolate, and it comes through with all those creams enough that it's still white chocolatey, but it's a very creamy white chocolate. And then I put the creme de menthe at 0.75. I didn't crank it up. I used it pretty low because when you stick a peppermint inside a chocolate, you don't get a lot of peppermint. What you get is the taste of the peppermint with a little bit of a chill, but you don't get like, it's not full on peppermint. And creme de menthe at 0.75 gave me that flavor. It gave me a little bit of the chill. It added a little bit of the cocoa notes. I think it did well. And then I used 0.25 of FA coconut to make the frothy part of the milk. That's it. It's pretty tasty.
That Flavor West white chocolate is it's a good choice because it is such like a rich, creamy white chocolate. You know, it's got that palate coating mouthfeel that you want.
Mm-hmm. And then it steeps. This is a steeper now, 7 days minimum, but I would say it's 14 days. However, I only steeped it 7. I do think that the creme de menthe will tone down even a little bit more when you give it the full 14 days, the full 2 weeks, and the coconut will blend in. I can't taste the coconut in it at all. But that's me, and I do use coconut. I can't taste it at 0.25 at all. Over the creme de menthe and the chocolate and the custards, I can't taste it. It just made it a little milkier.
So Jen, I mean, I see a lot of people use just a touch of coconut to add to their creams and make them like a rich and creamier. My question to you is, why did you go with FA coconut instead of, I don't know, something else?
Because if I use Flavora, the coconut is actually a lot more noticeable. With FA, it actually does fluff it up. I don't want the coconut to be found in the recipe for real at that percentage. With Flavora, you would get the sweetness. Flavora is sweeter coconut than FA. So if I use Flavora, that sweetness might creep up on you when you're vaping it. When I use FA at that percent, it tends to fall back. It tends to do what I'm intending it to do, which is be an additive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Do you get any of that like overly kind of sour note from the sweet cream, or does it kind of, it fades and
that white chocolate kills it?
Okay.
That white chocolate, it blends in. It's very buttery. This recipe is a butter. It's a whole milk type of recipe. Like, this is not skim milk. This is a mouth coating whole milk, full on fatty recipe. Warm with peppermint.
Looks good. Yeah, I might have to mix this up. It looks pretty tasty.
I kind of like it. I was wondering if I can make it so that it I wonder how it would work in a pod as well, because since it's the type of flavors that are in it makes me feel like it would work well in a pod. I just don't know. I didn't make it that way this time, but I think I'm going to try to blend it down for a pod recipe to see if I can get it thin enough and it still be able to be detected and flavorful through a pod. Don't know yet.
You might have to bump up the creme de menthe a touch, but it might. Yeah.
And maybe if I don't, maybe I can add a little bit of WS23 to it just to give it the coolness without bumping it up, because I might not want to taste it. I might just, any stronger, I might just want it colder.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that the WS23 does bump the mint effect up rather than turning up your flavor of the mint up. I do like doing that with my fruits and stuff.
Yeah, I might try that. I know that I won't feel the coolness from the creme de menthe in a pod as is. So for me to feel any coolness, I will need some WS23.
Yeah. Yeah, your mind just takes that little bit of textural or feeling from your mouth and just turns it into a minty flavor. So that would do it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. All right. Who would like to go next?
Well, it's just me left, isn't there?
Oh,
yeah, I mean, we're speeding right along, girls. It's 6:30. We're gonna have to drill each other after this.
Pause.
I don't even have my picture on my recipe. My recipe isn't public yet. I'll put it into our Mixin Vixen thing later after the show. I kind of still want to tweak this a little bit more because I think a couple of things could be fussed with. I almost want to put Flavora Mocha in it just to see what it'll do, but I don't know if I want to actually change that on the recipe as I have it now. But what I did was I ignored any idea of it being an eggnog and I went for alcohol. So I decided Clue and Cream because I have never actually used this flavor. It says right on, where is it? I have the bottle right here. It says on the bottle that it has caramel coloring in it. So if you're avoiding that kind of stuff, I wouldn't mix my recipe. At least not in the form that it's in. But the Clue and Cream is surprisingly good. Like, it's alcohol-y, it's boozy, got the Kahlua notes with the not overly ashy kind of coffee note. And then it's kind of creamy. I was like, So I put that in at 3% because I want that to be the main alcohol. But then I wanted it to have like a coconut. Did I put creme de menthe in this? No, I didn't. I put peppermint. Okay, that was the other thing I wanted to try. I wanted to try putting creme de menthe in this instead of peppermint. Kind of like a 2-shot drink. And then whipped coconut milk is what I was going for. So I have Flavor's coconut and sweet coconut together. Just a little bit of the regular coconut because it's super strong, but I wanted a little more coconut in it than just the sweet coconut. And I mixed in coffee milk froth and creamy milky undertones to give it the creamier milk flavor. Plus that coffee milk froth has kind of a lighter froth kind of to it. So I was doing that with just the peppermint stick inside the drink. Because I figured Kahlua is not too dark, and that drink wasn't too dark.
Man, I think I have Kahlua and I've never tried it.
I have a whole 4 ounce, and I cracked it open. I was like, I don't even remember opening this one. I must have opened it and sniffed it, and it smells good. It's like, well, it's 3 years old though, so I
haven't tried it either, but it sounds good. I like Kahlua.
It's dark, isn't it?
Yeah, it's dark. It's like midnight black kind of dark, and the juice. This is mixed, steeped only a day. So
yeah, I think that's why I set it aside, was because I was like, holy shit, that looks like tar.
Oh, here's my bottle. Yeah, it says caramel coloring right on it.
It's dark.
I really like this recipe. There's so many like interesting things about it. Like one thing is the Capella pralines and cream.
Oh yeah, I forgot that one. That's just in there for sweetness.
Yeah.
And it kind of gives it like a candy toffee note in there, but it's not really specific. Like anything got crushed into it. Is just kind of the sweetness of the Kahlua.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that. And what I find most interesting is that like the only mint of the recipe is just that 0.1% FA mild winter.
Yeah, any more than that, and it overpowers everything.
Yeah.
And that's like 3 drops from the little 10 ml bottle.
Wow.
I really debated on using FA peppermint, but my God, it's such a strong flavor.
It is.
That, I mean, you don't need a lot of it at all. And it was just not something to mix in with milk. I don't think, not with me wanting to get the peppermint stick kind of flavor.
Yeah, that recipe I sent you the other day to try, the peppermint just ran it over, so I dropped it down to even half of what I had. I had it at 0.3%, and I dropped it down to 0.15%, and that's still too much over the Irish cream.
But I think it'll seep down. It does also smooth out some with time.
This works as a shake and vape, surprisingly. It's creamy, it's coconutty, it's sweet, there's no sweetener in it, but it's sweet.
Yeah, mine worked pretty well on 3 days. It's just, I know that sweet cream needed a little longer.
Oh yeah. The creams will continue developing in mine as well. So it'll be a little more of a creamy coconut than it is fresh. It's a little brighter coconut, and it's not quite as thick as it'll end up being.
Right. I got a tickle in my throat, guys. I'm sorry if I keep coughing. I'm gonna mute myself. Try to clear my throat.
Yeah, I got a little bit of that going today too. I'm kind of raspy.
It's his season.
Rin infected us through the internet.
Yep.
We all got internet viruses.
Thanks a lot, Rin.
Hey, not like I wanted it. Everyone at work has been sick consistently for like the last month, so it was kind of inevitable.
That eventually it would reach you.
Yeah, it like literally went down the row. I was like, oh my God, I'm next.
I think I got mine first. I was patient 0. Then everybody else got sick at work.
You gotta be the trendsetter.
Hey, Emily, people in chat are talking about your hair and how pretty you look today.
Oh, thank you. I finally, after like 3 months, decided to get a haircut, and so yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Has anyone mixed up either your recipe or someone else's this week that was like noteworthy? That you're like, wow, this is a good mix.
What do you mean?
Like, have you vaped anything that you were like that stood out to you, whether it's your own mix or like someone else's recipe that you mixed up? Did you vape anything this week that you're like, wow, like if I had a chance to talk about this, I would?
The only thing I have to say is still on the same subject that I've been on for 2 weeks now is that TFA Strawberry Right is still freaking it is better. It's not different enough to be different, but it is better. So I vape the hell out of my tester mix. So
TFA knows how to do stuff. For one thing, they were upfront about it, and then they made it better. Like it ended up being better, if not.
I mean, it's not different, so it's hard to even say that it is better, but it is better.
It's like more like saturated, right?
It's probably more concentrated, but it's not any different. I don't even know how to describe it because it's the same, but better.
That's pretty awesome. I have like an 8-ounce that I'm still going through, so I haven't had to order a new one.
I do too. I'm pretty sad that I have as much as I have of the OG, because I'm like, okay, does any of my Team Free shit need any juice? Because you guys can get some strawberry right now so that I can get rid of this shit so I can get
come on, come on, get your strawberry.
Yeah. Chat talking about anything they're saying? I know Rin's keeping up with them.
They're talking about her tip.
Always
About Jen's tip?
Conversation.
Eileen's jealous and confused.
Jealous and confused. Where's mine?
Somewhere.
Y'all talk a minute so I can go get them.
Did anybody else mix up anything?
That recipe I mixed up for the Wednesday show came out pretty well so far. I'm kind of impressed with your suggestion for an on-air mix.
Oh,
the coffee mint.
Yeah, which is basically, yeah. I was leaning towards this week's profile. The coffee mint. I think you guys are actually gonna do it. Yeah, like, oh shit, I gotta suggest something else. I'm cheating. I think I'm cheating.
It sounded good. I mean, and I was almost like, well, damn, that could have been this week's recipe.
Yeah.
It's like, well, now I'm gonna have to mix something else that's kind of similar because I kind of like this. It's really good. It's really creamy.
I showed Emily a recipe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was like, man, I want to open this up, but I think I'll wait. She goes, well, put it out there. And I was like, is there anything in the show coming up? That I was like, no. And it was very similar to the show's profile. So I was like, damn, I opened it up 2 weeks too early.
You see, Eileen, there's the other drip tip. Jen's got a blue one. I've got pink. Fresh has black with blue swirls in it.
Only we'd get on camera with these.
I actually had to switch to this one because I keep ungluing my straw. It gets bumped too many times and it just I have to keep having hubby glue it back together. So if your tip ever falls off its metal end, Jen, you can just use the CA glue and or super glue.
It's good.
Problem I am having is that this dead rabbit's top is so tight with its O-ring in there that it's so hard to pull these in and out. Keeps pulling off my whole acrylic part.
Emily's shaking her head. What's going on, Emily?
Oh, Eileen.
Eileen? I gotta go catch up with chat.
Max, with Irish cream, I was actually using a combination of TFA's Irish cream and Flavor Arts Irish cream, and I find the two, Flavor Arts Irish cream isn't boozy enough, but it's creamy and it tastes more like Bailey's. But TFA's Irish cream has a little less of that Bailey's taste, a little less cream, and more booze. So using the two together gives you more of a balanced actual Bailey's Irish cream flavor.
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
like
add in
Irish
some
cream.
one-on-one.
It's creaminess, but it doesn't have any booziness to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just used it for the soft little coffee note. I wanted something that would like tell you, oh, this is a coffee drink, without being like a coffee flavor.
Oh, this is you wanted it. Oh, this is a coffee drink, but not. Oh, this is a coffee drink.
Oh, speaking of coffee drinks, I went to Starbucks. You know, Wednesday you guys were talking about the chestnut praline latte.
You get it?
They have them in Canada. I got one.
Did you like it, even though you're not a coffee drinker?
I did like it. It was still a little strong for me, but it still was good. It was good. It was tasty.
Delicious. Thank you, Rin, for suggesting it.
I need like a link or something commission.
Butterscotch latte next time.
Ugh.
Yeah, the only way I'll drink coffee is if it's fancy, like mixed up flavored.
We could always add cream to it. It would probably tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, you can add. I asked for whipped cream on top of mine.
The praline latte comes with whipped cream.
Well, then I didn't know that, and so when I asked for it, I probably got extra.
Oh, yeah, it comes with it. You can get it without, but why?
See, when I ordered it, I ordered it like you typed it in your thing because I was reading it right from there, and then I said with lots of whipped cream. So they probably just
Doused it. So do we want to show next week's profile picture, guys? Talk
yes,
about next week's.
that's exciting.
So I don't even know who submitted this. If anyone else does, feel free to chime in. Maybe Grimes. Anyway, it's I'm kind of excited for it because it's like a Rice Krispie treat cheesecake or like marshmallow pie or something, where the crust is like Rice Krispies. It looks pretty freaking tasty and right up my alley. So I'm excited for this one. I guess whipped cream maybe, or probably marshmallow. It's probably a marshmallow fluff.
It's probably a marshmallow, but who knows? It might be whipped cream.
It could be anything. I mean,
right, could be anything.
Anything that you want to mix into that as flavoring, you put in there.
I just don't know how we would get that rice crust. The rice is either sticky or it's too dry. I mean, I'm going to have a hard time with that one.
You don't have Decadent Vapors Crispies, do you?
Negative.
No. Is that a good one?
Mm-hmm.
Better than TFA Rice Crunchies?
Yes.
I don't like rice crunchies.
And if you take Decadent Vapors crunchies and mix it with some flavor, a marshmallow treat.
Jen's giving up her recipe now. Let's write these notes down.
I've already got the flavors all set out here as to what I was mixing for next week because I'm mixing it now after we are done. It's gonna be
that's probably what I need to do. That way it's good and steeped. And I'm gonna have to make several batches from the flavors I do have. What's another rice crispy
do you have-
or rice
Do
flavor?
you have Effie sweet rice? No.
Yeah, that's
I
actually.
do have rice crunchies.
I was thinking about
You have Rice Crunchies. Rice Crunchies is kind of like the box that Rice Krispies comes in.
Okay. Yeah.
What else tastes like? You can use a little bit of breakfast cereals
Yeah, I already thought
Yes.
about that.
just for your crunchiness, but you're going to be missing an actual rice flavor. You're going to probably have to just use Rice Crunchies because if that's all you got. Did you have Flavora's marshmallow treat?
I
Because
do.
it does have a bit of a Rice Krispie note to it.
Flavor doesn't have a rice of any kind. A rice
Mm-mm.
crunchy, nothing.
No, they've got Crunch, Cinnamon Crunch. They've got Crunch cereal. They've got Trick cereal. I think that's it for cereals from them.
I'll just have to create it.
Did I send you Delosi's cereal base?
You might have.
I think I might have. That one may work better than breakfast cereals because it's a little less wheat oaty.
Cool. I got ideas now. What do you have that'll work, Rin?
I think I have the Flavor West one. I have the Flavora one, TFA one, which I probably won't use. I do have the FE rice one. I haven't really messed with that one too much. I have the Wonder Flavors caramel one. I don't know if I want to use that though, because it's got the caramel in it. I want it to be like bright. I don't want it to be dark. But we'll see. I'm pretty much just gonna mix a bunch of stuff, and whatever tastes the best is gonna be the one. Hopefully, I can taste it.
Too. This is gonna be an experimental week for me.
Yeah. Yeah, this whole month has been these recipes don't these pictures just don't speak to me at all. And like I picked them, so it's like I mean not all of them, but
I think the week after is going to be a little bit easier.
Yeah.
These
sure.
people that keep posting these pictures, they are trying to challenge us for sure.
I think
They're not giving us easy profiles.
mix out of your comfort zone. You know, I think it helps you be better. And when you do mix something that's in your wheelhouse, then you kind of have a broader experience of different flavors. So.
Absolutely. I'm gonna make a DAP filled one that'll make people just their mouth will be like greased up.
Just a palate coating.
Yes. Actually, this week's recipe, other than the mint, is pretty much that too. But
I think we may have pushed a bunch of mixers out of their comfort zone, making them do fantasy flavors for us next week.
Yep.
yeah, that's
for
cool.
our show. We've got 3 weeks worth of people coming on, so if you aren't already subscribed over to Flavor Pros, to Jen and mine and Courtney, who was here last month and took my place, we do a weekly show on Wednesdays, so you can tune in where we'll have a good portion of the DIY or die crew on next week. Emily will be on, and Wayne and Skittles and Concrete and Shindo and Jerry and Folk Art.
And I don't know how we're going to fit all that into 1 hour, but we're going to.
We're just going to go through recipes.
Yeah.
Not a ton of chit chat.
We won't let them talk.
Yeah, we're going to have to keep a tight leash on those boys.
We will see how that works out for us. It has never worked. Usually we're sitting there going,
I've been trying for years. You can't.
you can't.
Well, don't make me roll out the mommy voice.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, boys, let's get back.
Well, what else we got? Any other announcements? Anything else that we haven't talked about yet? Anything you can think of?
Addie Tooney says you can't shut concrete up. This is true.
Absolutely. DIY Down Under says 2% VT rice base plus 2% Purum condensed is lovely for a sweet creamed rice base.
Rice base. Isn't that more like a soft kind of steamed, like cooked rice, though?
I haven't
Yeah,
tried
I
it.
think so.
Yeah.
The only advantage I found to using Flavor Express's sweet rice is that it's drier and it can actually work in cereal flavors. I don't know if I have the.
Yeah, but that's probably what I'll
Yeah.
be trying to use. So I only have that or TFA Rice Crunchies, which I don't get as much of the box as JJ does. So I actually kind of like the Rice Crunchies flavor, but we'll see. I'll probably be making a bunch of versions. And
Did anybody buy anything during Black Friday? Any
Nicotine.
Black Friday deals?
I bought nicotine and VG from Liquid Barn, and that was all I managed to do.
I saw Rin talking in chat in the DIY network, where she was like, I am trying to not get in all these sales. Did you succeed, Rin?
So far, but I mean, Cyber Monday is tomorrow, right?
yeah.
It sure is.
That's the one that gets me. I don't go shopping in store, but the
I don't go
online.
shopping in the store either, but there was so many sales.
I actually went Friday. I'm thinking, okay, like I'm from Ohio, the States, and people like camp out, and it's like a rush normally on Black Friday. But Canada's a little bit more laid back, and it wasn't nearly as busy. But I got there 1 hour after the store opened, and they were already sold out. What I went there for, and I was sad.
I don't think this year's Black Friday actually in the retail world was that great, because I saw everybody extending their Black Friday sales through Sunday, and that's never happened.
Well, things weren't super on sale either. I mean, there were a few little key items here and there that were deeply discounted, but then everything else was kind of like, yeah, this is just like typical sales, or they bumped the prices up and then said they're on sale and they're like 20 cents less than what they normally are.
Yeah, I got a pair of JBL headphones for one of the kids that are usually $109. I got it for $60 for one kid, and then the other ones that were the smaller, one of them was the studio set and the other one was the regular set. I got one for $60 and the other one for $40, and that was a pretty good deal.
I got a Nintendo 2DS because it was on sale. It's a special edition Super Mario Maker one. Mm-hmm. It was only $80 and it comes with the game. So I figured I'd want that game. I'm losing my voice. I wanted that game for a while. So I was like, F it, I'm just going to get it. And then I did get some stuff from Torrid, but it's closed. I'm sure they don't really care about that.
Is the Nintendo 2DS like a version 2 of the original DS?
I don't know, it's weird. It's kind of like the 3D, but not 3D. So it can play both the DS and the 3DS. It's just not 3D. And the specific one I got is like, I mean, I could show it, but I don't know if that's like bad to do on a vape show a toy or whatever. No. But it's just like a
technology.
I don't know. Someone joked about it and I was like, maybe. I don't know. But it's just like a block though. Like I really wanted the one that was like a clamshell. It looked a little bit nicer, but those weren't really on sale and they didn't come with that game. So I was like,
I saw the PS4s on sale for $199. I thought that was a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't get it, but I saw it.
I'm just not really into the consoles anymore. Like I play on my computer and that's it. So I figured this is good because I was looking at the Switch, but the Switch even on sale was still a lot. I was like, I don't know. Plus it only plays Switch games. It doesn't play any of the old games.
Did you buy anything, JJ?
No, we haven't actually done any shopping.
I just couldn't resist. And then, I have a high schooler in her senior year. So I did find a 32-inch smart TV for $100. I figured we don't have televisions in our bedrooms. I'm one of those parents. There's only one TV in the house that's in the living room, and you're either going to sit with the family and watch TV or you're not. Uh, I'm one of those asshole parents. So I figured she's 17. She's going to be graduating high school this year. I'll get her a TV. That way, when she goes off to college, she has one to take with her. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, pre-buying the college TV. That's a good idea.
Huh?
Pre-buying the college TV, because that'd be something you'd be getting her anyway to go off to college with.
Yeah. I just ordered it now, and I ordered it, I didn't buy anything in store. These were actually supposed to be in-store sales that they went live online, I think because the retail sales were so down.
Probably.
This was supposed to be a doorbuster, and it went, and I could order it online to get shipped to my house the next day, not on Black Friday, on Saturday.
It's not bad.
Mm-mm. I wasn't in the mood to people.
No.
If you're not my date people, I don't want to see you.
I don't mind shopping when it's not crowded. Like, I would much rather go on a Tuesday afternoon when nobody's at the store.
I live in the South. Everybody's at church on Sunday mornings, and that's when I go shopping.
That's when you go shopping. Yep.
There you go.
That doesn't work up here in New England. You got to go like mid afternoon, right before the kids are getting out of school, because otherwise you're there with parents and their kids, but late enough that the old people have all finished shopping.
Yes, that is my theory. That's why I take my lunch at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and I go grocery shopping while I'm at my lunch hour.
Yeah, it's like grocery shopping at midnight. There's nobody there.
Yeah, but there's also no cashiers when you do that. And then I get really pissy because those people that are there don't want to be there, and they got a bad attitude, and then I have a bad attitude, and then I end up
we have self-checkouts up here.
Oh, we got self-checkout.
They believe in having the customer do all the work.
Yeah, we got them too. I don't use them.
I do. It's like I prefer to not have social interaction.
All right.
That's horrible.
You're laughing because of the silence, right?
Yeah, because you're just smiling at the screen and there's just nothing happening. It's like, okay,
guys.
I can't deal with it anymore.
All right, Rin, take us out, Rin.
All right, thank you guys for watching. Thank you to our sponsors, Flavora, Bull City Flavors, E-cig.
Wayne.
All the flavors.
There you go.
Thanks,
thank you to Wayne from DIY or Die. Go check out his channel and his website. Anything else?
Yeah, thank you for coming, guys. Like, subscribe, bring a friend.
What she said.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.